Howdy y'all. I'm going to do another quick and easy freezer meal. So let me tell you what we're going to need to get started making chicken pot pie. First, I've got 2 traditional pie crusts. They're frozen. And a 2-pack of the refrigerated prepared pie crusts. I also have some celery and some onion, and those are both raw and just chopped up. I have some chicken. Hope I don't spill this trying to show it to you. This was 3 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast that I boiled and chopped up. I would have preferred to use fresh, boneless, skinless chicken thighs, but they didn't have any fresh chicken at my supermarket, so we're making do. Okay, I have some carrots, and they're chopped up pretty good, pretty small. And these have been blanched, or kind of half cooked. Also have some potatoes. The same with the potatoes, they're not fully cooked, but they've been blanched. And this is just a can of peas that I have rinsed. And we'll also be using a couple of cream of celery and cream of chicken. And I also have here 2 cups of the chicken stock that I reserved from boiling the chicken breast, and that has been enriched with 2 large tablespoons of this chicken bouillon. Okay, so let's get started. First thing, we're going to open our pie crusts. And separate them like that. Okay, then we'll go ahead and open our other pie crusts. And they come rolled up like this, ready to go. So we have 1 frozen and 1 refrigerated crust for each pie. Like that. Okay, now we're going to make our sauce, and that's simply going to be the 2 cans of cream of chicken and let me get a different one of those. Just a minute, Boo-Boo. Booper always tries to... Marina! She always tries to get in my cabinet. Marina, stop. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I got another cream of my little pull ring came off. So, okay. This is just how it happens, folks. This is how things go down in my kitchen. So we'll put this up in there. I've got a little Lazy Susan under here in this cabinet, and every time I open that cabinet, Marina tries to go in there and go behind the little panels and get lost behind there. She's fascinated with that thing. Okay. So we've got our 2 cans of soup in here. Get me a little whisk. Where is my whisk? Can't find my... Oh, here it is. Put it in a different drawer. Okay, I'm going to add, I guess about half of this. Yeah, about half, and then stir it up and see how it is. And if it's about right for a sauce, then we'll leave it. If it's a little thick, we'll add a little more of our stock. But this looks like it's going to be okay. Okay, yeah. So if you've watched any of my freezer meal cooking videos before, you know that I rely heavily on these cream of sauces, or cream of soups, I'm sorry, for my sauce base. It's usually a cream of and a little stock, and I'll call it good. Okay, now we're going to assemble our pies. First things first, we're going to put some chicken in. Now, I don't expect to use all of these ingredients. I'll probably make a little chicken and dumpling type thing with what's left. Okay, plenty of chicken. We want them to have lots and lots of chicken. Okay, and I'm going to put just a little celery. You can mix this all together and pour the sauce over it and kind of gloop it into the pie crust, but I just like doing it this way better. Then I don't wind up with the extra filling. I just have extra ingredients, and I can use those ingredients in a variety of ways for other stuff. Okay, so we got a little chicken, we got a little celery, got a little onion. We'll put some carrots. Nice carrots. And yeah, like I said, these are partially cooked. As with the potatoes, partially cooked. We're going to put a few potatoes in there. You can always find something to do with leftover potatoes. These make great home fries. Throw a few little onions in with these potatoes on the griddle after you make your bacon. Delicious. Okay, now we're going to put a little peas here and there. And when you layer it like this, you be sure and every portion gets a little bit of each ingredient. So I like that. Alright, a little more peas in this one, I think. Okay, so we did chicken, carrots, chicken and celery and onion and carrots and potatoes and peas. And now we will pour some sauce on there. And you know, like I said, you don't have to use everything. Just make your pie to where it looks good, and we'll find something else to do with the leftovers. In fact, you can mix this up like this, do it a little container, and make some biscuits and put a few biscuits on top of something like this. Like get a dish and put this in there and put a few drop biscuits on top and bake it. It makes a lovely little casserole. Okay, those look nice. We're going to put their toppers on. You just got to be a little careful starting. Sometimes it sticks a little. And you just roll it out. Just like that. It could not be easier. Okay, let me do the other one. Alright. Okay, so now that we've got that, just kind of fold it over just a little bit like that. Then I'm going to take a knife, let's see here, and I'm going to cut off the excess real simply. Just go right around like that. We will also save this. The last time I made these, I saved the dough, and I made some little dough wrapped sausages, and they were very good. I'm not really eating sugar, so most of my concoctions are savory, but still, a meat pie is very nice. My husband and I really enjoy the chicken pot pies. The freezer meals, I just love freezer meals because I can just throw one in the oven and go and do other things, and about an hour later I can come back and have a wonderful home cooked meal, and I didn't have to do anything that day. So I'm just going to score it around the edge like this so it'll stay put. Now you can get fancy and you can twist the little edge. I guess I'll do one like that. You can pinch your little edge like that. Or you can just go around with that fork, because it winds up doing the same thing, which is sealing your crust. You just don't want all your goodie leaking out onto your pan. And I would suggest putting these on a sheet pan when you go to cook them. And from frozen, these suckers take a little while. I'm going to say you're going to want to cook them like an hour with the foil on it. And then you want to take the foil off and cook it for, you know, until it's brown. Probably, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, depending on your oven. I'm talking about at about 350, 375 degrees Fahrenheit is what I would cook these on. But yeah, you're going to have to cook it for a long time from frozen. But all you have to do is just throw it in the oven and be aware. And come back and check it from time to time. See, this is a little gappy. The fluted is nice, but you know, the fork really does the trick. We're going to go fork with this one. It's not as attractive, but it really does smash those crusts together. And if you'll let your bottom crust, the frozen bottom crust, sit out for just a little bit, then the top crust can kind of merge and stick to that a little bit better. So yeah. So there's two different styles. And oops, sorry about that. You also want to put a couple little vents in there. I usually put 3, just like that, because once they're frozen, it's really hard to cut these without kind of messing up your pie. So there we have 2 chicken pot pies. Now if you want to cook one fresh, just like this, just pop this in the oven. You're going to want to cover the edge with aluminum foil, because the edge browns way faster. So you just put a rim of aluminum foil around there and cook this sucker for about 30 or 45 minutes. Now from frozen, we're going to be looking at about twice that long. Mostly covered, and then the last 20 minutes or so, take the cover off and let it brown. So that's it. Those are my delicious, easy chicken pot pie freezer meals. Thanks for joining me. Bye, y'all. Be sweet.